What's up, boys? Mr. Speaker! Alright. Fascist USA time. So, the goal for today is just to get an idea, but hopefully we don't need to make that many changes to my older guide. And then, if everything goes well, I would like to record this guide next week. I can probably work a bit on it today. Today I don't have the most time, I probably have like a couple of hours. Morning, man. Then I have to go to work, and but maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow I can dedicate a bit more time to it. And if everything goes smoothly, maybe next week I can record it. Otherwise, I will reschedule it a little bit. By the way, I was waiting for Paradox to announce the USA rework, but I don't think the USA rework is coming anytime soon. It's probably going to be the next major DLC, so normally fall. But GTA is releasing this fall, so I don't know, maybe they will delay it a bit, or maybe it's not really a competition, so or a competitor. So maybe at the end of the year or early next year, we'll have a new USA guide with the rework USA. But for now, I think my original USA guide is very old, so it's time to give it a bit of a rework. Yeah, so couple of hours today. The idea is to check mainly what still works and what doesn't work from my older guide. Then I already created the spreadsheet, but it's mostly a copy and paste of the old one. So we need to rework it a little bit. Now, one of the main difference... by the way, yes, the other thing is I am playing in the open beta. I don't know if it makes sense. I will not probably record a guide in the open beta because it's a very unstable open beta and things in this open beta are not likely to remain the same. But I don't know. Let's see how bad it feels with all of the nerfs to SPGs and such, and then I will decide what to do with the main one. So the faction thing is one of the main changes from my older guide, and of course the lower war tension. This will have an impact most likely. So one thing I wanted to check is whether we can dismantle the faction. We can dismantle the faction right away. Yeah, so this might actually be a good idea. Let's see. Let me see one thing. If I dismantle the faction, because we can probably easily get a faction point here. What do we have here, though? Okay. So one of the problems will be joining World War II. We used to do it early by joining the UK and invading France. I don't know if that's still possible or if we need to change something in that regard. Like right now, to justify a war goal, we need 100% war tension, but that's because of undisturbed isolation and also because of democratic. You are indeed, man. Welcome. We are just starting, just getting an idea. I am just thinking, well, let's give it a try since we just started. So I can create a new faction if I want, right? So instead of having that one, how about we create a different one that is more beneficial to us? We don't have that many options. Sorry if I already said, but you're going civil war or peaceful transition? Peaceful transition. Look at this one, for example. Okay, let me see, because this looks promising. We can declare war when the war tension is at 25%. That's very low. Like, there will be other reasons why we cannot declare war, but this seems promising. Okay, what about the other ones then? Funny, I was thinking about picking USA Fascist for the word is fascist achievement. I think the fascist, you need to make everybody fascist. I think the UK would be the best. So, this DLC is a bit of a mess. A cocky. The issue with this DLC is Paradox ruined the war tension mechanics in No Compromise, No Surrender. So now non-aligned and democratic countries have a very, very hard time justifying claims and joining wars because of this stupid thing. And the only way to fix that is by using the new faction tab. So it's basically paywalling, playing the game as a democracy or a non-aligned country. So technically, you can still do it. At some point, the war tension should get to 100%. That's something else we need to check. And also, by the way, we still need to change undisturbed isolation before we can do anything. So I'm not even sure this is required. I'm just exploring the options. But there is a chance, I think a pretty good chance, that by picking a different faction, we'll be able to join the war a lot earlier and gain a bit of an edge in that regard. Not certain, but likely. So let's see, first of all, which faction would be the most beneficial, then we'll see how it plays out. So this one seems nice for the war tension declare war requirement. Then recover our claim. What about this one? But I don't think it changes anything, but democratic or non-aligned countries, same ideology as faction leader. I don't know if we care about who can join the faction, honestly. Also, this is only neighbor countries, okay. Countries of the same continent, expand our ideology, tension at 50%. What about this one then? Okay. Well, let me try this strength in unity and see how it goes. Because of the mess that Paradox made with factions, I always call off all of my factions Paradox after them. So, by doing this, let's see. So, to justify a war goal, we still need 100% war tension. So, we would need to change or to add probably a rule to justify the war goals a bit earlier. Yeah, so for example, something like this could give us a faster war goal at the cost of some stability. We can also take just a 5% hit, but stability shouldn't be a big issue, so I think we can take the bigger hit. So we would need a point. Let's see if there is an easy way to get a point with this faction too. What are the goals? Yeah, we have an easy... Well, let's see if it is easy. This one we can get for sure. Fascist country. Okay. Pretty sure there is something in here. Like for this one, just 3 naval base. Not the best though. Number of faction controlled borders. Then no, this one no. Speaking of Fascist UK, I was following that guide earlier today, and when it came time to take over the dominions, I only had 2 available, while the other had 1 province each, missing manpower. Wait, you were following the no civil war path for the UK? Yeah, there might be some slight changes to that, to the positioning of manpower, especially depending on whether you have Graveyard of Empires or not. But I would recommend Broken UK if you want the UK. Unless you really want to go no civil war, Broken UK is a much more powerful path than the no civil war one. 45 Panama, 45 Manila. 2 air bases in Wake Island seems easy. For this one we need 1 of each. That's a bit too much. This one also seems very easy to get. Yeah, like we just need a bit more convoys, which we probably would get anyway. Now this is a bit tricky, and this one could be possible, honestly. I was going to create an agency anyway. What about the other starting ones? Yeah, civilian factories. We eventually will get this, but maybe not at the very beginning. This one we will get it, but a bit later. I don't know, maybe the Spy Master one if we get the agency upgrades. This could make sense. I think we just need the upgrade at 3 for the Spy Master, but I'm not 100% sure. Do we know if there will be a new focus tree for the US yet? I mean, there will be a rework, but not anytime soon, in my opinion. I mean, we don't know, but I would guess not anytime soon. Okay, let's give it a try with the Spy Master for now, and see how it goes. Okay, then set up. So I was building infras, then mills. Let's see if the infras I was building makes sense, because the US has a lot of resources, so building infrastructures in certain provinces might be beneficial. We also see we have a dam here. Is that the only dam we have? It seems to be the only dam we have. Okay. So originally I was building in Ohio, Michigan. Where is Ohio? Now we are in trouble here with my geography of the US situation. God damn it. I know Michigan is here, but Ohio might be a bit of an issue here. Wasn't it somewhere in the middle? God damn it. Maybe not. Can you make the Ottoman? No, what's wrong with my Ottoman run? I think it still works pretty well. Guys, where the fuck is Ohio? Here, okay. Okay, sorry people from Ohio, sorry. So why was I building infrastructures here? Let's see if that's the best. Well, they're already at 80%, which is cool. But and we have 3 building slots. In terms of resources, though, it's not the most resources. So let's see again. Let's do it first, then we'll check each one to see if it's the best. Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Okay, Wisconsin. Minnesota should be like somewhere here. Minnesota. And Louisiana. Come on, Louisiana is here. Okay, I know Louisiana. And Louisiana. Okay, why was I doing these ones? Let's double check. So Ohio, we get 3 building slots. It's already at 80%, a decent amount of resources. Ohio, I think. This Ohio is the Ohio I need. Fine. By the way, we could also consider in this case a high capacity electrical grid. I think this gives you a lot of resources in the US. I'm still not entirely sure it's worth it, but it might be cool to have. Okay. Now we need to think about this electric grid. The cost is like 2 infrastructures, but it might give us more resources than 2 infrastructures. So if we build it here, yeah, look at the amount of steel we get from this one. It's quite crazy. I don't know if we need it though, because that's another question. We are exporting a lot, which means probably we're getting a lot of factories from trade. You can see them. No, we're not getting anything from trade for now, but I think when we unpause the game, it will be the case. Okay, so yes, here we do get a lot of steel. Okay, that might be cool. Here we also get a lot of steel. I think I was looking mainly also at the building slots though. So yes, steel, which is probably what we are lacking the most later in the run. And building slots, so that would be 3, 3, 3, 3. And while Louisiana for some oil and 4 building slots. Because if we look at the other ones, we have some places with more building slots down here, but they don't have resources. And then we have places with resources. Well, Tennessee seems pretty good. Tennessee is more stuff than Wisconsin. So why not Tennessee? Seems better. We get 22 and 2. It seems better to do Tennessee than... honestly. Then Wisconsin, unless there was some other reason I was doing Wisconsin, Tennessee seems better. So here we have very good infrastructures, but no building slots. So that's why we're not going there. Texas is very OP. Let's look at Texas. Yeah, Texas is very OP, you're right. Problem is, with Texas is you don't have building slots. You do get a lot of... Now, we also need to consider coal. I don't know if coal... No, the US shouldn't have problems with coal, so probably not. And oil. I don't know if we ever lack oil with the US, but certainly if we build infrastructure here, we will never lack oil. Any other good place? Let's see. Well, in terms of oil... no, Texas beats California in any case. This one is also very good though for resources. Problem is we only have 2 building slots, which is a bit sad. This one is what, Nevada? Yeah. So the main limitation in these provinces is the lack of building slots. Did they buff the US recently? I don't know, because maybe when I made the original guide, these provinces gave less resources. Okay, so let's consider one thing. Maybe we don't need the extra infrastructure. After all, we may not need the extra infra in Ohio. Because we only actually get a little bit of aluminum. So building infrastructures, by the way, is the right move, right? Because we are on undisturbed isolation. What does this do again? So we have huge maluses to military factories, civilian factories, and dockyards. Which means building infrastructures early makes the most sense, I would say. And what resource are we likely to lack the most? Most likely steel, if we make good tanks. So boosting the steel production seems the best. Though we do maybe also lack some tungsten. And aluminum would be nice too, because aluminum we don't have that much. So yes, maybe you're right. After all, why not Texas? But in Texas, the question now is, do we build the high electrical? This is 76.18.4. It's exactly the same as building 2 infrastructures for the same price, but it also uses a building slot. However, building 2 infrastructures and then the high capacity, or even, yeah, and then the high capacity would give us an insane amount of resources, probably even too much. Okay, so we are not going for this one. We will just build normally at 80%. We're happy with that. 22 still here. I don't think we can do better. Yeah, we can do better here. Now, how much of a boost is the dam? Construction speed 15%. That's pretty nice. I have the feeling we should do Nevada as well. California is cool in terms of oil, but building slots are capped already, so not great. And Texas seems better in a straight comparison. Texas has more or less the same things, but more. So Texas seems to be the best. So let me just check one more thing. Originally, I was building in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces. In 5 provinces. So let's try to stick to 5 provinces. So let's say we do, okay, Tennessee, Michigan. Maybe we can skip Minnesota, though 40 still is very good. And then 3 building slots. No, let's not skip it. 3. We could skip Louisiana, though it has building slots, but we could skip Louisiana. And instead of Louisiana, we can do Texas and Nevada. Resource-wise, it's certainly better. Building slots-wise, not. And if we want extra tungsten, we can get it from Utah. Only there. If we need extra coal, we can get it from West Virginia, but I don't think we need extra coal. Or maybe we will at some point, huh? I'm not entirely sure, but it's okay. Hmm. 3, 4, 5. Okay, maybe we can stick to this. I feel like I want to add Wisconsin too, but for now let's do these ones. Do we want to change the order? Do we not care? Probably we don't care. Maybe we may want to do Nevada first though, because it gives a lot of resources and we have the extra building speed. Let's do Nevada first. Okay, so we're doing Nevada. Michigan. Let's do also Texas sooner, so we don't have... I don't know if we have problems with oil by constantly training the Navy, but just in case. Texas, Minnesota... No, let's do Tennessee. Tennessee, Minnesota. X... 10 min. Can you take on both Axis and allies as Fascist USA? Yes, you can, but not at the same time. Okay. Maybe finally done with this stuff. No. Yes, I also want to build military factories in the same places. So let's go Nevada, Michigan, Texas, Tennessee, Minnesota. Ah! Yes. We'll see if the timing is correct a bit later. Okay, research. Electronical basic construction 1. And interwar artillery with no MIO. Okay. Yes, that's the one. No MIO. Train art 1. So we don't have many military. Yes, we don't. Okay. Producing artillery already. Yes, and train art 1, sub 3, inf all, I think. Don't think we want to produce that plane, but let's take a look at it. Pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Have you ever considered doing an Argentina guide? I think it would be pretty similar to my Brazil guide, but I would like to one day, yes. Are you going to do that strategy where you can research 1944 airframes 2-3 years early? Probably not. Probably not. Because it's not needed. I mean, it's more of a multiplayer thing. Okay, now naval production is entirely to adjust here. I haven't done anything on my spreadsheet yet for it. So we're on base strike and we already have line of battle. Line of battle I really like. Being on base strike, I guess it's okay. It doesn't matter that much. And we have this thing here. Thing is, I would really like to go selective engagement. I guess we can do night fighting though. That's okay. That's okay too. So then torpedo primacy, night fighting would be fine, yeah. I think, so what do we do in terms of the build for our navy though? I think spamming torpedo destroyers would still be good. No, technically as the US, but we already have a good navy, so yes, I will just spam, I think I will just spam torpedo destroyers. Torpedo destroyers and submarines. Yeah. That's what's going to happen, most likely. So the submarine can be improved a little bit, but yeah, most likely something like this. And torpedo destroyer, let's see if we have everything for the torpedo destroyer. Most likely we do. We don't have everything for the torpedo destroyers. Why not? What do we lack? The better torpedo. Oh, by the way. Okay, wait a second, because we don't have... Okay, we don't have the raiding shipbuilders, meaning low visibility builds are a bit less viable here. So instead, we might do a light attack destroyer. I don't hate it. I don't hate the idea of going light attack destroyers. Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's go light attack destroyers instead with the escort shipbuilders. And at that point we could combine them. We could also make light attack cruisers. Let's see what the situation is with cruisers. So if we wanted to make the light attack destroyer... We still lack something. Why? Because we had the better torpedoes. Yes, okay, but it's fine. We can go... We don't need this. Yes, we can do something like this with light attack destroyers and go with escort shipbuilders. So for the SPG nerf, it's a new strategy to build basically the same design but as a tank instead of artillery. No, we don't know yet, man. But for now, I would say it's better to still go SPGs. Just take the nerf and go SPGs. But we'll see now. In this run, we can maybe test that a little bit. Is it viable to ever build dockyards instead of just getting them from focus? Yeah, I do that in my run as Germany. In my upcoming guide as Germany, I do build dockyards at the beginning of the run. I don't love it. Ideally, you don't want to build them. Like the US already has enough, so you don't need to build them. Okay, so I'm convinced about the light destroyers. So we're going light destroyers. I wonder if we can pair them with heavy cruisers. Though for heavy cruisers, for light attack heavy cruisers, we have a bit of a problem because this one only applies to screens. All of this stuff is only for screens, so it wouldn't apply to heavy cruisers. So instead we could do light cruisers. We could do light attack destroyers and light attack light cruisers. It's a bit too many screens, but at least they all benefit from the extra light attack you get here. That's quite a lot of light attack if you look at all of it combined. And also we have some production output here, which is not bad at all. So we could go production output and then we go a bunch of light attack and more output at the beginning. That's a lot of screens being produced. I think I like it. Wow, 151 dockyards. All built or you just expanded though? Okay, yes. So we have the carrier specialist, but this is not a good MIO. I don't like it. And then we have battle line. I also don't like this one. Submarine is okay, I guess, for subs. So we produce subs on this one, light attack destroyers on this one, and then we can make also light attack cruisers if we feel like we want them, and that would be the navy build. Let's see if we have everything we need for the for my light attack. So for the CL, we do. We actually have even better armor here. Honestly, as the US, we might go for the best armor, I don't know. I think we can do this. We can do this on escort. Give them the armor, go and ask. Yes, okay. It's basically done. So the navy build is set up. The thing is, I still think we want to finish all of the stuff that we're producing here. Most of this stuff will be made in 1936, so that's okay. And then when we start getting some empty dockyards, we start making the destroyers and cruisers. Okay, fine. Now the navy... We want to constant train it, I would say maybe in here. So let's gather everybody here. And constant train. We'll think about the admiral a bit later. Or not. No, let's find an admiral now. That's quite a lot with the US. So let me also add it to the spreadsheet. Okay, we probably get 2 admirals. Admiral 1 is the one for our main fleet. Let's see what we have available. Okay, oh, he already has blockade runner. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see what the other ones have. I think we may have the answer there already, though. If nobody has blockade, nobody else has blockade runner. Okay, he also has it. Okay, that's pretty nice. I like this guy. The thing is, he's very low level, which is sad. And the other good one is this guy. He also has superior tactician, though. This one, does he have superior tactician? No, he has spotter. We can work with spotter, but it's not ideal. So he's the best because with him we can go destroyer, leader, concealment expert. That's already insane. And then we try to give him cruiser commander. Fantastic. Yeah, we go for Ernest King. For sure. Ernest, not Ernest. Ernest. Okay, what's happening here? I only recently became aware of that dockyards don't count towards your consumer goods. Help me not to be afraid to spam them as a mid-tier car for name. Yeah, I mean, built most of them. Okay, don't have to worry about the Navy treaty if going fascist. Are we going SPG or regular medium? Probably SPG, but we'll see. We'll see in a bit. Okay, then for the submarines, I would use a different admiral. But maybe not now. And it doesn't matter because he has no useful stats. Chromium. Do we care about the lack of chromium? Let's see. It applies to certain ships, only to the carriers. How much of a... Yeah, that's a pretty painful one. if we reduce them to 1... No, I think we'll just buy the chromium. I think we'll just buy the chromium, but at that point I may want to finish these 2 first, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so we can put both carriers at 3. And we lack 6 chromium, and then we imported chromium. I think that's fine. Rest at 1, and they will be finished in 1937. That's okay, okay. Let me change that. Okay, then we need to adjust the amounts. We need to assign the MIO. The train manufacturer, seriously? We don't have a better thing? Damn it. Okay, I guess. Isn't here really that good? Yes and no. It depends on the context. Cheap, plentiful chromium in Cuba. But I cannot take Cuba now. May I just mention Iraq is an extremely fun nation to play. You should try it out soon. I did try out Iraq when the DLC came out, and then I don't know if it changed much since then, honestly. Okay, let's take care of the army, because for the army we also need to make some changes. Now let's see what we have. So we already have Marines. I want to use Marines. I definitely want to use Marines. Now, do we have... what do we have? Only Marines, or do we have something else? We only have Marines. Okay, we're going to stick to Marines most likely in terms of special forces. And we're going to go Elite Special Forces and then Expedition or something. I forgot the name. But definitely we are going to use Marines. Do we actually have Marines though? No, we don't have Marines. We only have them in our dreams. Would be nice to recruit some of them as soon as possible so we can start training them and getting mastery. So that will be quite important. Then let's see, the garrison is a 6 with, infantry is 18 with, National Guard, then we have cavalry. Oh, this is a super expensive cavalry. This is a crazy cavalry template. Yeah, I'm not going to use this. The National Guard might not be that bad. Let's see what I was doing last time. So... yeah, garrison is too small, 6 with. I don't think we can use it for anything, honestly. We can just use 18 with, regular 18 with for most things in this run, I would say, even for shield divisions, so we don't need the other one. And what about this one? This one is kind of an offensive infantry. I don't think we're going to use it though. Yeah, we don't need this one. Because we are only going to use Marines and a proper armored template. So this can stay inf. That's okay. National Guard goes away, garrison goes away. They will probably be Mars, but we will see. Okay, then we want to recruit the max amount of inf. No, actually not. Let's recruit the max amount of Mars and then the max amount of inf. Okay, I think we're good. Let's make the Marines, they are already elite. Okay, perfect. As combat stat for ground divisions. Wait, what are we talking? Which combat stat for ground divisions? Okay, then this one we're going to buy. This stuff doesn't probably matter in general, but it's annoying to have the notification, so I'm putting some dudes there. Okay. So we have a naval facility. And also we want a land facility for sure. We want a land facility. Want a land facility, but when do we want it is the question. Now, building it at the beginning would not be a bad idea. It's also a bit cheaper now in the beta, and this part of the beta will definitely be implemented. So, and now also they benefit from infrastructures, although nicely the game doesn't show us the infrastructures when we're building it. If they benefit from infrastructures, it would be a good idea, Paradox, to show us where the infrastructures are, by the way. They don't use building slots, at least. I wonder if they also benefit from the dam. But they also need very good supplies. Oh my god, man. You're big investments. No, we're going to skip air for sure. And not a second naval one, no. But I don't even know if we need one naval one, honestly, because I don't know what to do with it. But we'll see. Let's see, what do we have? What useful stuff could we get from here? 2 nuclears and 2 rare, wow! That's insane. Yeah, I don't know. We could get, I guess we could get some support ships. Maybe we could get underway replenishment. I don't particularly want anything else. Super heavy battleships for the memes, maybe, but nah. Anechoic tiles only if we go invisible subs, but I don't think that's needed as a US, really. So yeah, let's just go support ships later on. Fine. But let's build the military one. Okay, fine, let's build it at the very start. We need a place with the most supplies, I would say, to build it. Maybe we can make it in Philadelphia. What's the infrastructure level? It's the same everywhere here, so it doesn't matter much. I don't know if you can think about a better place, but otherwise I would just put it in Philadelphia, so in Pennsylvania. Escort carriers, then I need to make the freaking naval bombers. That's so annoying. What do you mean special force research facilities? Wait, special force? What's a special force research facility? Do hit the like button and welcome Aquarium. Escort carriers, you say? That would change our build completely, but I don't like escort carriers. Why making escort carriers over regular carriers? We have the basic carrier. The basic carrier is one of the best in the game. Armor is not useful. I mean, you can make these amazing basic carriers. I don't see the point of making escort carriers. They cost about the same, but they also have less deck size, so... Oh, you used to work there. Where is that, though? Rock Island. New Jersey. Is that New Jersey? But I don't know exactly where it would be. I can do that for fun. Let me look it up then. Oh, okay. Rock Island. Wait, where do you put the land facility? Land facility is in Rock Island. Okay. So that would be... Is it Davenport? This place? East of... No. What is it? West of Chicago? So you put it like, say... Like somewhere here. Do we have... If we have the infrastructures, we can do that. What about the... supplies are not great, though. Supplies are not great. What about the infrastructures? Infrastructures would be good there. Okay, no, let's make it in Philadelphia and proceed with that. So Pennsylvania. The only question I have is whether we prioritize it over other stuff. Probably yes. Land facility in Pennsylvania. Okay. Good. And that's done too. Now. Yes, I also wanted to create the agency right at the start. 5 ups. Okay. Now we still need to do a couple more things before we can proceed. We are going to change everybody to inf. To split them into 2. Okay.
Ready, sir.
Now we can take a quick look at the generals as well. Let me also see one thing here. What do we have in terms of... Okay, I actually like motorized the most, so this is already very good. Naval liaison, perfect. Forward controller, very good. And then we can add a logistics later, and we are already happy with the HQ. Perfect, that's nice.
Attention.
Planes. Where are the planes? Let's send them all to the biggest airport we have here. Concentrate them. Boys, I think we can finally unpause the game. Okay, so now here we want to pick re-establish the gold standard as soon as possible. For the focus, we probably need to stick to the old one quite carefully. So we're going to pick nothing most likely for now, but then we will check. Financial expert at 150 political power. Okay, let's go. Let me also see one thing here that I was checking for the... is it... where is the Spy Master thing? What was it? Oh my god. How come I cannot remember that? And it wasn't it here? Oh. Good. Good point, good point. Okay, Spy Master is here, and that would require us... okay, but we need 1 point, though, to get the Spy Master. That's the thing. Okay, so that's a bit of a problem. So it's a free point, but we still need 1 point. So maybe that wasn't the right... that wasn't the best pick. Though we don't need the faction point necessarily right now, but this is not the best one. Expand our armor would be good. And I would be a bit pissed if we need to actually build... wait a second though. We can gain some more support. That might be important. By just building 3 naval bases in Guam. Now, how much is it to build 3 naval bases in Guam? How much of an investment is it? That's not Guam. Wait, where is Guam? Is this Guam? No. Okay. It's all good and fine, but where is the fucking... No! Wait. Okay. Cannot even type. Okay, Guam is here. Guam is here. 3 naval bases there. Well, that's a bit expensive. That's a bit expensive, I'm not going to lie. So if we can avoid doing that, I would be happier. But okay, we'll see. Oh, already has one. Sorry. Okay, well then 10,000. Doable? 10,000 is doable. Yes, also. Yeah, let's go to... probably local autonomy. I think we can go local autonomy. Let's go local autonomy. With inf. Let me add that. Okay. Why was I going financial expert right away? Because of the huge boost in factories, probably. Maybe we shouldn't get 5 upgrades, I was thinking now. No, maybe the agency is not that important, because we cannot make collaboration governments anyways. So the agency could be skipped entirely. Let's forget about the agency for now. I don't think we need the agency. What version are you playing? This is the latest version of the open beta. But I don't know if I will record in the open beta though. Okay, this is fine. So I'm ignoring completely this stuff? Really? Maybe I am. I'd say because I'm very, very rusty on my old strategy. Mechanical computing. So let's just see if it still works as it used to. Okay, let's start making the, I'd say the destroyers. I don't know if it's cheaper to just... We had to put a torpedo? No. Oh, wait. There is something wrong here. Why can I not put the... Second? Should we make the CL instead? Huh? We can definitely make the CL. Yeah, we can start with the CL and make the other one later, okay? I don't know about armor 3. No, I usually actually make them without armor for the cheapest design. 5% only. There is a bit extra HP. Okay. Germany has such a good focus tree. The German one is really, really cool. Yeah, I guess we'll make the CL armor 3 one. Definitely 10 will be on the CL, and then another 10 will be on 10 on CL, 10 on destroyers, and then maybe 1 on sub, 1 on convoys, or 2 on subs. Maybe 1 on sub, 1 on convoys. Has the naval design changed after Thunder at our gates? No, not specifically for Thunder at our gates. But, no, I still like the most the destroyers, but I'm making a different build because we don't have the raiding ship builders here, which is mostly for surface visibility. But the main reason I want to change is that the escort ship builder actually gives a lot of light attack. I like the extra light attack. Though, one thing we need to be careful about. Ah, no, it's escort. Okay, it's all being built with escort already, except for the cruisers. Should change everything to escort. These ones cannot be escort, but okay. Okay. Now the plan is to see how much of my old guide still works, mainly. And what changes we absolutely need to make. Okay, so at this point we go... I was going for the... Let me see. The financial expert, okay. Well, as the US, it definitely makes sense. Okay, let's get the financial expert. I was making some changes with the military production, so maybe we can make it a bit earlier. But not now. Not now. We need meals. Okay, then though, let me do something here. Let me keep infantry at 10. Okay. The guide from 2 years ago, yes. Yes, I hope the guide still works well, honestly. Yes, so we do need the extra oil. We could use the extra oil, actually. And are we getting it? Well, we're getting it soon, because we are building the infra in Texas now. It might make sense at this point to build Texas first, so we get the oil a bit earlier. So let's do that. Let's do Tex first. And let's see if that's enough, actually. Okay, research-wise. Okay, and here, I'll save it. Do I already have it? I do have it. That's so nice. Perfect. So, California for oil. The thing is, we can definitely get a lot of oil there, but I don't know if we need it in the long run, because right now I'm just training the Navy to get a huge amount of Navy experience. Now, this Navy experience was actually being used on Marines originally. Now we no longer use it on Marines. I guess we get a little bit of mastery. It's not super useful. So even if we don't have oil, it's not that big of a deal. But depending on when we start building the military... we are already building military factories. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think we can afford a bit more infras. I think we can afford a bit more infras. Then let's do California too, even though it's capped in terms of building slots. Should we also do another one? I mean, everything else is pretty good. We have some chromium here, but we cannot expand it much. Do we have any other chromium? I don't think so. Okay, we can also add the Louisiana, though. We can also add Louisiana. It's also good for meals. Let's add the California and Louisiana. Okay. So let me put these ones down then. Should be good. And but Michigan we are already doing, right? We're already doing Michigan. Minnesota we were not doing it No, we were doing it. So yes, we are adding Louisiana for some extra oil. Is there anything better than Louisiana? Let's see. So we are looking for 60% that offer more value than Louisiana. I mean, technically, this place, which is Oklahoma, is a bit better. Though it's one more infra to build. It's a bit better in terms of oil, but now maybe we are overdoing it a little bit, I'm not sure. Should we also do Pennsylvania and Ohio? Because of the resources. If do we, I don't think we have a luck call, but if we do, having infrastructures in Pennsylvania seems nice. Also, Pennsylvania, we are building the facility, so having infrastructures there might be nice too. I think we can afford to build a little bit more infras before we go on to mills. How are we doing in terms of aluminum? Quite well. And how many factories are we getting from trade? I also want to check. I always... no, but yes, but how many are we getting from trade here? Okay, from trade at 22. Okay, let's not do Louisiana. Let's do Oklahoma instead. And let's also do these two. Pennsylvania and Ohio. Then at the beginning we make these two. Or better, Pennsylvania first, I would say. Let's do... Okay. Texas, California first, and then we go Ohio. Nevada, Michigan, and Louisiana. Not Louisiana, but we said instead of Louisiana we do Oklahoma. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm fairly happy with this. Let's continue. Okay, special project. Now we need to decide what to do with the special projects. I really don't think I want to make escort carriers. It's not for our build, and so support ships make kinda sense. They are not great, but I guess they're okay. Bit tedious to manage, honestly. No, cruiser subs, no, because we are not going for a submarine build. As the US, it doesn't make sense. We already dominate the sea. So no cruiser subs. Also, I don't think we have a lot of rubber, right? Yeah, so I don't want to build the stuff for rubber. So no. No. So we are not making submarines. So the first three are gone. Torpedo cruisers, not particularly into it. So no. Super heavy is only for the memes. We could make super heavy battleships for the memes, for fun. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, but it could be fun to make super heavy battleships. I forgot the way this works. But you activated it. Wait, let me check. I have a document with the special projects. How good or bad was that one? So naval special projects. Let me see. Underway replenishment. Lets you refuel when not at the harbor for 40% range. Cost convoys to Quebec. Okay. No, I think support ships is better value though. go support ships. Yeah. Submarines are still as good as before. No, submarines are not as good as before, but they are okay. Okay, let's get support ships now then. I am using it. I built full infrastructures and we are building military factories there. But we only have 2 building slots. That's the biggest disadvantage of this dam. But yeah, we are kind of using... We still lack fuel though. Even with all of the infrastructures in all of those places, we still lack fuel. No, California is not done yet though. Let's see. Maybe the only way not to lack fuel would be to build a high-capacity grid in Texas instead of... let me see, because this might actually make sense. I mean, we get so much oil here. Too much oil, arguably. But it might be worth it. So the high-capacity grid is 2 infrastructures right now. So what about... what if we make the high-capacity grid... and we give up on... so definitely we get more value than building 2 infrastructures in California, for example, by making a high-capacity electrical grid in Texas. No, don't... It depends on what you're doing with subs, man. What are you playing? In general, subs, you can make only 2 things with subs. You can use them as a little bit of a distraction. And they don't do that much. They just distract the enemies a little bit. Or you can fully invest in them through the special projects. Now I cannot see them anymore. But if you do that, you need anechoic tiles, you need cruiser subs, then you can make an invisible sub build, and that can work quite well. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is option number 1. We build the high whatever grid here. We don't build in here, we build in Louisiana instead. So we save 1 infrastructure. So it's a bit cheaper. I don't know. War support, we haven't gotten into it yet. So we need to see what happens. I'm still working out the building priority. Or we could give up on the infrastructures in California as well. Because California doesn't have building slots. And that 1 single high capacity in Texas is worth probably more. In any case, I changed the priority again. So infra, land facility in Pennsylvania, then infra. Plus high capacity. In Tex, then infras, then mills, in. And now we need to think. I say we keep California, maybe. Say we keep California and we do again Louisiana instead of Oklahoma. No. Sorry boys, but no. We still do Oklahoma. Well, now it's a bit messed up, of course, but the next run we will adjust it a bit more. It should be good overall. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go silent workhorse. Now, yeah. What the fuck is this shit? Wait, maximum support effect, support value. What does that even mean? Find balance. Lovely. What else are we doing? Okay. Okay, so here we go. Okay. So always prioritize building requests. Okay. Army of Fence, 100 political power. Don't we? Yeah, we can pick it yet. Okay. That part seems already good. Infrastructures in all 80%. I'm not entirely sure about that one though. I guess we could. Nah, it's probably fine. I don't think we need infrastructures in 80%. Then we need to do a small lobbing effort on cooldown. Now let me check this one again because I cannot remember how it worked. So okay, it's half, so small lobbing should be enough. Okay, let's do small lobbing on cooldown then. I don't know, do we want a bit more? Let me see, the meal situation here, because we are not at 10 yet, so actually we do need more military factories right now. Now I'd go straight in on meals, honestly. So unless we find some other particular reason to build infrastructures. Let me see what I was doing in the original guide. Doctrines, meals, amend the budget. Okay. Let's go with meals invest, but later. For now, it's fine. Okay, we're doing small lobbying. Anything else I need to do? Okay, we need to get relief of command as soon as possible. What about building a scout cruiser with 3 per float planes and cheapest everything else? That way your death stack doesn't lose that much these destroyers. Yeah, that's a good idea, but not. I'm too lazy to make many designs. In this case, as the US, I don't think we'll lose anything anyway. We'll just kick asses with this navy. This navy is too strong, so it's fine. But yeah, it's a good idea. The spotting cruiser is a good idea. We need to keep an eye on the small lobbying, okay, because we need to pick it on cooldown. I cannot be concentrated up yet. And I cannot pick radio up yet. Okay, so here is the some changes in terms of text. Can I pick artillery up though? I can pick artillery up. It's a bit early maybe, but it should be fine. Okay, we can finally make the destroyers. So why can I put the light batteries here on this basic destroyer, but if I do it on this was an early destroyer. Okay, we don't have a basic destroyer. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, technically it's slightly better to do the dual purpose. Since we have them, does make it a bit more expensive though. Is it worth making dual purpose? We lose a lot of light piercing for the extra anti-air. We do get a lot of anti-air, 9.5. It's probably worth it. 1-3. Yeah, because it's only... Wait a second. So 4.52, 3.5. Lot of anti-air for 1 piercing, but light piercing is so low that you wouldn't in any case pierce anything. Probably you pierce only stuff that doesn't have armor anyway, regardless of whether you have 1 piercing or 2 piercing. With a lot of anti-air, with so much anti-air, you probably shred enemy planes. Though, do we really need to shred enemy planes? We don't, so let's go for the normal one. Multiplayer, that would be better probably though. Are we making anybody mad? We may be. Okay, what's next? Adjusted Compensation Act. Will not pick it. Need a small logging effort. Because we didn't get any request. Okay. Well then, fine. Maybe we got better NG. This might mess up things a little bit or not. Though I did write wait for small lobbying effort if needed. Should we do... You cannot make... you cannot have both medium and small at the same time. I see. Okay, I guess we were just unlucky. How many do we need though? Yeah. Probably unlucky. Don't think we need extra artillery, but we may need extra guns, so let's go all in on guns for the time being. What we can maybe do is put the support equip at 4, if anything. Let's do that. Right, let's not forget though, relief of command. Okay. I cannot be concentrated up. Wait, did I mess up something here? Construction. There should be a construction up at some point here. Why do we have... Yeah, I didn't pick construction up. Okay, that's what I messed up. Yeah. Fine. Are we good? No. No, come on. Oh, man. Seriously? Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Why? Why are we having so many issues there? Oh, special measures, though. Where was special measures? I remember special measures somewhere. Shouldn't we pick special measures then? If we don't have the required thing? Or will that mess up a bit our... Okay, let's load back to the election. And I want to give it a try. I want to give a try to the other option here. So what if we go for medium? It should be worse, but let's give it a try. In the end, it's mostly RNG. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so the medium burns through our political power a lot. So radio tools. Construction up, concentrated up. We can pick both. I messed up. Concentrated up. Yes. Construction up. Yes. So we're still not good here. No, we're not even close to being good here. Thanks, man. We're not even close to being good here. So the small one was better than the medium one, as I thought. Or is there something else I'm missing here? Yeah, because this is longer, probably. So we should we use special measures then? Special measures sounds like it would fix the problem. Yeah, now we can. Or we do maybe one small and one medium. So we try with one small and one medium then. Let's try. Now let's do one medium at the beginning and then one small and see what happens. Though I have the feeling that two small plus special measures might even be cheaper. I didn't fucking pick the focus, my god. Okay, but let me see one thing. Okay, so we would be good already. Let's do it again. I don't know if it's consistent though. Let's not forget to pick the focus now. So, medium. Then small. How is the timing like these two? 25 days, so we are a bit late, but not that much. 5 days late we would be. So we cannot pick it. Can we pick it now? Now we can. Is it safe? It's fairly safe now. Okay. Now let's try with two small. Again. I feel like there is some RNG here and we got a bit unlucky though. Yeah, now we cannot, because this puts people in the opposition, that's also why. So we definitely lock them. But we could pick a special measures at this point. Would that be enough? No. By 1. Well, then I guess there are no doubts. We need to go medium into small. Let's see if that's more consistent. I still live in Japan, yes. So, we cannot pick it. 15 days, so we will be 5 days late. That's acceptable. Can pick it, and it seems safe. I'd say this is probably the best choice at the moment. Okay, we go back, we do it the final time, but this time... clicking Google, cannot say okay. Can you play with mods? Probably not, man, because I need to learn the mods and it takes too long. My strategy for US is to spam small lobbying at the game start, and if I don't have enough support, I go to army and navy focuses while I get the support from a small lobbying. It's a bit expensive to do it from the beginning of the run. It's a bit too expensive. I think what we're doing now is fairly consistent, even though it's a bit more expensive. I mean, it's a bit more expensive now, but it seems fairly safe. And rather than having to pick these from the beginning of the run, we can just do it now. Let's see if we have issues later in the run, but it should be okay. So medium, still pick our army of fans. And okay, let's see. Dudes, what the fuck? Hey. For Democratic US, August 13, pay farm subsidies, and September 27th, medium lobby, they both complete right after the election and can boost you up. Yeah, but for Democratic US, this is for Fascist, it's a bit different. Ah, no, maybe it's not different, huh? Pay farm subsidy, do we have pay farm subsidies? And what is it? What is pay farm subsidies? Is it a focus? Ah, Fascist can do, okay. Ah, that's why. I'm confident this time it will work. It will work fine. Then we'll be good. God damn it, I cannot play. There is also supposed to be a government request, but you don't start building it until the end of... Yes, exactly. I wrote in the guide to always do requests first, but we haven't gotten any requests yet. It's okay. If it's only 5 days on the focus, we are totally fine with it. It's not a big deal. Though we are getting free meals. What do we do with our meals now? Now, we could be building anti-air, but I don't feel like building anti-air much. I think we should have enough planes. No, I think we may most likely need more infantry guns. I would also like to deploy these guys with just lucky infantry equip. Yeah, we need to deploy them sooner rather than later if we want to use marines. Otherwise, it's a big problem. So yeah, let's stick to that for now. Let's go. I think it's safe. Okay. And relief of command. Okay. I didn't even check our doctrines. We are on superior firepower, right? We are on superior firepower and we start with assault infantry. Well, assault infantry is the best. Guess we stick to superior firepower for this one. Don't love it, but changing is annoying. So yeah. We're stuck, completely stuck in terms of political power. How do we get political power? Maybe here. What do you want from me? Now I cannot be concentrated up, so this one I need to remove. Radio up. Okay, let's do radio up. That makes sense. Kinda, yes, that's good, that's good. Well, by the way, despite all of the oil we have been building, we have been stuck at 0. But because that oil all goes to trade, actually. So the amount of oil we get, it's fairly small. So I need more political power. What do you want? Okay, this is actually important. What do we do first? The flamethrower or the military engineering? Yes, because the flamethrower, do we get it? 195 days, it's too soon. So I guess we do the military engineering vehicles first. I need that advisor as soon as possible, for sure. American Institute of Sciences. Okay, so this is where I was changing things a little bit. Yeah, for example, I didn't write which one to do before this too. Requires labor management. Okay, it doesn't require this one. Then why is it connected then? This one is connected. Okay. Okay, Labor Management Relations Act. Okay. Can we just size an hour? Okay, what do we get? Who gets political? We get political power, I guess. So we just get back the political power that we used on him. Hey, I don't think I want Eisenhower to go to the Philippines though. Because then we don't have an army offense anymore. We need to replace him with something else. And I very much like my army offense. Oh, this is new. I don't know if it changes anything, but I would say no, Eisenhower is more important here. And we stop small lobbying effort here, I think. And then we need the fascist demagogue as soon as possible. Medium tank. Now, what do we have for the US for the MIO? Let me see. We have a fast tank and we have 2 medium tanks. So we don't have... not a fast tank, definitely no. And Chrysler is a special medium tank though. One that gives some reliability, soft attack, hard attack in exchange for defense. I'll totally take the trade. And then, let's see. Well, we can get a decent amount of output, then we go speed. We also have reliability and output here. True, we have not much soft attack, but yes, Chrysler is the right way. Okay, let's do it with Chrysler then. Radio up. I did radio up. Okay, now radio up now. Doesn't make sense. Infantry equip up. Do we get the Yeah, right. Now, the support weapons don't even give anything. The support weapons technology doesn't give anything to infantry guns. So unless we plan to use the heavy weapons company, we can skip entirely support weapons. Entirely. And I'm very much tempted to do that. In the beta. In the non-beta, that wouldn't be the case though. Now, we will need the most soft attack we can get, but breakthrough will be definitely fine on our templates. So infantry guns will be the way to go, even though they nerf them hard. So let's ignore support weapons. Yes, let's do it. I'm a bit worried that we are late with might be late with our fascist dude. Where is the fascist dude? Yeah, here. Okay, come on, let's see. I don't know. We finally get the Mars, but really bad in terms of mastery. So we would need to pick the elite special forces now. Let's see how this goes. So elite special forces into expeditionary unit, right? No, which one was it? Wait. Yeah, expeditionary units.
Ready to move. Orders.
Okay. What was it then? Expeditionary units. Okay. Protectionist tariffs. Then I was doing amend the budget. Okay. What is this? Ah, this is freaking trains. But for the USA, that should be a bit different then, because we actually use it for support equipment. So, definitely not for armor though. Oh, wait, let me check. If you rush the focuses that fix the Great Depression, you won't need to worry about political power and lobbying and can build infinite mills. This is why rushing the lobbying until the majority is worth it. Yeah, no, but that's exactly what we're doing, no? Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing, but you still need to get America first. Or you cannot turn fascist in time, so this is still a priority. But yeah, other than that, it's exactly the same. We're only 5 days late on this focus because we had to pick one extra lobbying, or wait for one extra lobbying. But I think we got bad RNG. So if you get good RNG, you don't wait 5 days. If you get bad RNG, you wait 5 days. I think it's totally fine. I don't know if any of these decisions has any impact. Will you put out an updated historical Germany guide for the latest version of this game soon? No, historical Germany is still fine, but I will make a new best Germany build, which includes the navy as well. And that one, yes, maybe after the open beta is released. I don't know yet, because it depends. Depends on when the open beta is released. So what do we lack so hard? Why can we not deploy stuff? We lack infantry equip mostly. Oh wait, this we put on 4 originally. Okay. Yeah. Okay, then. I don't know, man. I have several accounts. Too many hours, though, in any case. On this particular account, which is my work account, I have 1,500 hours. But this is only for streaming, and I don't know. I made this account when I started collaborating with Paradox. So I can't remember. Maybe it was last year. Or a bit more. I don't know. When I started maybe in Götterdam, the early access of Götterdam was my first collaboration with Paradox. So that's when I made this account. And then I had my personal account before that. I don't know how many hours I have that there, but too many. So, design and produce F1, C1 trucks. And then design and produce the tanks. I don't know about that, and also I don't know about this. So let me see one thing though, because I remember I wrote something down here. Limited to change the economy. 30%. I don't know. Take limited intervention early. What's limited intervention? I wrote somewhere to take limited intervention. I cannot pick limited intervention with the fascist demagogue though. No, I don't think that works. Wait, what was the idea in the suggestions? Take limited intervention early to change the economy law. to change the economy law. The economy law is... I mean, the economy law is this one. We cannot change it right now. Okay. Yeah, so we could pick limited intervention, but then how do we become fascist? After 30% fascist support, unlock another branch and let a claim expire to get minus 5% democratic support. Branch of... And how do you get fascist support to 30% without the demagogue? From here, maybe. Wait, why don't we get... no, this one is the advisor. It doesn't give us fascist support. No, I don't think that's doable, so let me remove that suggestion. Doesn't work. Thanks for the guides though. I heard they sort of nerfed SPGs. Is that true? Yes, that's very true. They all, in the latest version of the beta, the one that we're playing right now, they nerfed everything, not only SPGs. They also nerfed tanks, everything. Also, can you tell what is the overall strategy as Fascist USA? Do you join the war as soon as possible? Do you wait until 42? And what is the end goal? The end goal is to conquer people. The end goal is to conquer both the Axis and the Allies, I would say. Then in the original guide, I think I also took down the Soviet Union and Japan. We're not going to do it in this guide because that part is not super interesting. It's always the same. But the idea, the goal for this particular new guide will be to take down the Axis and then the Allies. Okay, let me see what happens with this thing here, because this gives us a war goal against Japan. This gives us some war support, which is also nice. So this gives us a war goal against Japan. Nice. We cannot declare war anyway. Does it expire? That's the question. It doesn't seem to expire. That's not good then. That's not useful. Then we go demand compensation. You use a self-propelled anti-air for Space Marines after they nerf the SPGs. What is the best MIO for it? The MIO depends, but for SPAA you should use light tanks. So, I mean, you normally use light tanks, not medium tanks. I guess the MIO doesn't matter as much if you go only for armor. Okay, so demand compensation is the right one here, but I feel like this is earlier than it was. Yeah, it was in my spreadsheet here is much later than now. Well, let's put it down now. Maybe they changed it, which I am fine with. Okay. Now we were going free trade. We are already on free trade. Ah, so that's nice. Wait a second. I guess we were not on free trade originally. Okay. Wait, so what do I do with my advisors now? Yeah, these ones are perfect. Political power. Let's see. Well, we could pick a research grants, but maybe it's a bit risky to do it now. Based on Japan progress in China, random, or maybe they changed it. Okay, but do you know if I mean, is that a question or a statement? It can be random or based on Japan progress in China. Now I'm thinking what to do here in terms of political power, because I don't have much on the original spreadsheet now. We were going for some minor things. The Night Operations Advisor we could get, which is what, this one. Yeah, I guess it makes sense to pick a Night Operations penalty. Yes, okay, I guess so. Yeah, Reformer Genius is better, but it's too expensive. I guess we can pick the Night Operations, or we could pick Research Grants. So this is limited to only 90 days. I'm pretty sure I was picking it, but at some point, but when? Maybe later, because it's risky. Yes, I was picking it only after World War II. I guess the reason I wasn't picking it is that it might be a little bit risky. So let's just pick the Night Operations Advisor. Expert. And also, we can pick some of this stuff. So, since we're going light attack, what do we do here? We are using carriers, so this stuff I should have picked earlier because we could have gotten some mastery. I like mass carrier if we can pick it. Let me see if it was a good one or not. I have an advanced guide on that. Doctrines, naval. Let's see. 4 carriers. Yeah, mass carrier was already my favorite, so let's stick to mass carrier. It gives good buffs and it also gives ship recovery rate, which is fine. Subs. Oh, for subs, yeah, I don't know. For subs, maybe we go Wolfbucks. Look at that, we even got 1 perk. It's insane, we got 1 perk. I think it's my first time to unlock 1 perk. I'm so happy. I usually like spamming infrastructure until I get rid of Great Depression stuff, then I guess military after. I just Navy exercise 24/7, yes. But you don't unlock doctrines pretty fast though. That's exactly what I'm doing, but you still don't unlock them very fast. You kind of unlock them. And infrastructures, yes, but not until we get rid of Great Depression. It's too late. That's too late. So it's good, it's okay to build infrastructures early, but we still get a lot of meals this way. That's valuable. We don't need more infrastructures, we don't need more civilian factories for sure, so more meals are needed. Definitely more meals are needed also because we need to deploy these marines as soon as possible, train them and hopefully unlock some mastery. And this is slow, this is very slow. But okay, yeah, overall it's fine. Overall it's fine. And I was way faster with the old doctrines. Of course. So income tax reform. So we're finally done with the other stuff. Now we can start making yeah, there's also repair and support ships, honestly. But I still want to make some subs and convoys. But we don't have enough dockyards for all of that stuff. So I guess I pretty annoying. Well, we would need to decrease a little bit the production of CL and DDL if we want to make support and repair ships. We'd make like 9. Convoy 1. Sub 1. Or we don't make subs. Let's not make subs because I think we already have subs. Yeah, we have 72, it's fine. Let's not make subs. Let's make the... Where did they go now? Wait. What? Did I go... Where are the... here. Okay. Repair ship. And support ship. They just change randomly position. Before the convoy, I would say, though. So 10, 9, 1, 1, 1. Seems doable. This would be done in 1939. Well, we get convoys later, that's fine. We don't need convoys early. Okay. People say that doing convoy raiding is faster than training in terms of getting mastery. We could check. Well, okay, let's check because we don't need Navy experience anymore. So let's try to do convoy raiding. But we don't need to convoy raid anything, right? We just let them here on convoy raid. Let's see. So 17, 16, 12, 12, 48. Yeah, that's definitely more. Okay, convoy raiding is pretty good. Why though you would get the most for convoy raiding is a mystery, but okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're finally getting these people down.
Yes, sir.
And
Attention.
then do not select them all. Okay.
Ready, sir.
So I definitely need another info army, right? Okay.
Orders. Ready, sir.
Marines, I would really like to have a full army of 24, but I don't know if we can afford it. No, we can most definitely not afford it. Now, what technologies do we have for naval invasions? And then let's base it on that. 2-6. So 2-6 means we can send 12 at the moment. So the idea is that we'll probably get at least this one. Yeah, we will get this one. So we'll have 3 plans of 8. That's 24, right? 16. No. 8, 4, 4. Yes, that's 24. 24. Okay, so once we get to this one, we can send 24 Marines. So it would be lovely to have 24 Marines, but I don't think that's possible. Unless we make some weird template with them. I don't know if we can afford the SPGs to give them more than one either. And we cannot afford to put more of them there. We could mix them with infantry. That's one option. We could mix them with infantry and then over time replace the infantry with more marines. Honestly, that could work. And we go for something like this, 18 with an SPG. In the original guide, I was making them 30 with line artillery. I remember that. Well, that means we don't need more, so we can try and recruit 18. I think having, 24 marines. I think if we can land the invasion with marines, even if they are 18 with, not 30 with, it's better. And having more now is very beneficial. But we also need more infantry, so we need 7... 11, right? Yeah, we need 11. So do we have a timing for these? Something that we did, something that we picked? No. We don't. And these people are not a priority for sure. So nothing. By the way, our faction thing didn't work at all, so we will need to change something in terms of the faction. This was not a good idea. I mean, maybe this one is a good idea, but I should have picked something else here. Like expand the Guam naval base. So this will need to be reworked a bit in the next attempt. But okay, it's good practice. Well, I'll just write it down here. Deploy, recruit max. So 24, 48. 52. 72. Yes, 72 inf. Okay. Let's make a random save and let's continue. That's the armored support vehicles. Okay. Do we have any useful design here? This is actually not useful. Okay, let me do something like this. Yeah, I think I'll call them ANG. I need one thing here. Wait a second. No, it's ISV. ISV, sorry. Okay, so then one from infantry. Okay. Come on, and then flame tank. Okay. Special project. Okay, let's go. What I'm a bit worried about here is I'm not entirely sure about the production. When are we getting the tanks? Fairly soon. 64 days to the tanks. Okay. We're making too many guns probably, but we'll see. Now we do get a lot of political power. Maybe we can use it for research grants. No, it's too risky because we still need a few of these things. Does this one also? No, this one is not bad. Okay, I think this is the last one that requires support, unless we go War Powers Act, but I can't remember what we were doing after, so we'll just see. But now we're not picking it. American Institute of Sciences. Good. Oh, I was doing improved small airframe, but I have the feeling it may be a bit too soon to do improved small airframe. I guess it could be fine. So we only have a CAS, naval, and long range. Long range is the usual long range. I mean, not the usual. The usual one is the USA version. Yes, we probably go long range. Probably go long range. We get range and air attack at the beginning. That's already very good. Then we get some more range here. Okay, yeah, it's not as good as the German one, but it's okay. I don't know about this part of the research. It needs to be checked. Then I was picking computing machine up. I'm not entirely sure about this one either. Guess it could be fine. Because we do have the research slots. We're actually about to get the 5th. Okay, yes, I guess it makes sense. Let's pick computing machine. Oh, we got the faction point. I don't know why and how, but we got it. So let's see what we can do with this faction point, actually. Especially I want to see one thing. If we remove, if we change this thing here. Make a save for faction. So, if we do something like that, can we justify our goal? No, because we still need it 100%. We need it at 100% because we are democratic in any case. So, even if we get rid... How do we fix this problem, though? Guess we'll get there later, but I really don't know how to do this. In the original guide we were waiting and just joining the UK. Which probably we can still do. Without the faction. But we'll see. Let's proceed and see what happens. So we're doing infantry equip up. Okay, let's do infantry equip up. Yes. Let's see the doctrines if we are really getting them. I mean, kind of yes. Kind of yes. If you have infinite fuel, you can do convoy raiding. I guess you can get doctrines. This might actually change things a little bit in terms of our priorities for this stuff, because if we can unlock doctrines, might be some good ones. Like light attack oriented ones. This is the light attack one for destroyers, but it was nerfed massively. Completely destroyed. Not completely though, it's still but it was 20% light attack on destroyers, I think. Now it's 5%. Huge nerf. Build the new munition plants in Tennessee. Yes. Where was it and how did it work? You can also call the... What does this do? Don't I see the mission that he just gave me somewhere? Here, okay. Military factory in Tennessee. That's actually good. It's actually very good. We're doing it already. I don't know if it's time to go self-propel support. Probably not, because we actually need a lot of army experience now to make the design soon, very soon. We have a lot of political power. I need to figure out how to use it. Engines could be a bit later. We're about 100 day too fast. Maybe we could put in a couple of techs for the Navy. You could definitely use this one. Interesting. So we have this thing here. So we can research this one even without this one. Very interesting. Yeah, let's do small caliber. Small caliber semi-armor piercing shell. Okay, I'm almost sadly running out of time for today, boys. So we're going to do something. We're going to try and speed up the rest of the run to see what happens with World War II. We cannot fight it. I don't have enough time. So we're just going to focus on picking the focuses, the important decisions, and see if everything works as it should or not. That would be War Department next. Where is War Department? Yeah. Because the war tension is much lower than normal. So what do we do there? I don't know. Very cool stuff that we are actually unlocked. Look at this. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And we don't even need fuel. I cannot pick this one. Ooh, okay. We lack one. No, we lack one representative. This gives us limited conscription. Okay, that's important. Yeah, I guess we use special measures. Let me see, any important decisions, evaluation advice, and receive, amend the budget, and research grants. Okay. Yeah, let's just do amend the budget. What is this for? No. Research grants. Okay. Also, by the way, out of curiosity, let me see one thing. So first of all, now we could make our SPGs that are now massively nerfed. So good chance to take a look at these two. Yeah, look at how dirty they did our boys. So bad. It's so bad. Damn it. The funny thing is they completely killed SPGs if you don't have the DLC. Because without the doctrines, you now only get 10%. That's such a joke. 10% soft attack, and you lose 40% breakthrough plus 0.20 supply use. It's like it's devastatingly bad. However, with the SPG, with self-propelled support, it's possibly still better. I mean, it's still good to go SPGs. It's still pretty bad, honestly, though. Unless you unlock all of them, you get a bit more soft attack. Should we just go medium tanks then? Funny thing is, in my original guide, I was using medium tanks. Medium tanks would also work better with Marines because of the extra breakthrough. Yeah, maybe we make medium tanks. Fuck it. Then what do we pick here, though? These ones are all bad. That's the sad thing. If you don't go self-propelled artillery, if you don't go SPGs here, you have nothing else that is decent. These are all very bad sub-doctrines. I mean, this is only for line artillery, so not good. And this is only for anti-tank, not good. And this is for line artillery, but worse than the other one. And then motorized artillery. That's bad. Air cavalry, we don't have the helicopters. This one is bad. Field engineering is the default choice at this point, yes. But field engineering just gives a little bit more movement speed. It's not... oh, welcome Tilan to the tier 2 membership. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Yeah, so here you do get some nice stuff on the engineer company, although when you go assault engineer, you just basically get the movement speed, and it's only river and forests. It's a bit limited. Was now considering that because we have pioneers, with marines we have pioneers, so maybe we don't need the assault engineer company actually. We could technically get the super heavy howitzer instead later in the run, and but it depends. It will depend a bit on the production. But yes, I think we'll stick to tanks and we go field engineering. Actually, yeah. So with Chrysler, we already get decent reliability here. The speed is a bit on the low side. But especially, I don't know if it's worth going to 2 turrets here because of that -4% insane minus. At least they could have made it so that each additional one, that like adding extra ones has a debuff, not the first one you put. It's pretty bad. Yeah, look at how bad this is. So by adding the heavy machine gun, we basically gain what is it, like 2.2? We get 2.2 soft attack. With this one we get 1, but it is also much cheaper. I don't think I like the fuel drum. It also slows us down. We may go sloped armor for extra armor. You know, just give us a decent module if you don't want us to use the turrets. Because what's the point of nerfing the only thing you can use? Radio we are already using. These two are now nerfed. We cannot use them. In here there is literally nothing. Here it's just like, okay, you just get less soft attack. Fine. It's the same monster with machine guns, but you get less soft attack. Fuel drums slow you down, they are annoying. Fuel capacity is nice, but I don't want to be slowed down. If anything, we can put them on the flame tanks. Extra ammunition storage gives you a shitty defense, which is completely useless, a bit of breakthrough and kills reliability. It's just a terrible module. The smoke lancers give you some breakthrough and defense, which is useless. And then there is only sloped armor, so you literally have no options here. And I think we're going for the additional machine gun, because it makes more sense than another heavy machine gun. And that's it. That's all we have. Now, I would like to go faster than 7.3, but the only way to go faster than 7.3 is by removing the armor. So we only go 7.3, I guess. Fine. We may get some speed at some point here, right? We're getting a 5% speed here. Okay. That's the only speed we're getting, but at least we get some. Reliability shouldn't be a problem. We get another 5% here, another 10% here. So reliability is definitely not a problem. Okay, let's go for this. I don't think there is anything else we can do about it, so let's just stick to it.
Orders. Attention.
And in terms of Marines, we are still struggling a bit. How is the the doctrine? Okay, we're about to get the first perk though, so this is the important one. That's doable at least. Yeah, I said I don't have time to do all of this, and yet I'm doing it. I just wanted to see the... Okay, the armored template, we already have one. So let's design the armored template at least before I stop. I think we're going to use infantry guns. And also, but we cannot pick motorization drive because we are not on mobile warfare. Sad. Okay. It's not that expensive anyway. So actually the organization is not that bad. Yeah, I know. I actually know, but I always forget. But yes, thank you. That's true. That's very true. I know, but I forget. So sad that they killed the soft attack. So sad. Like now we have too much breakthrough and too little soft attack, and that's why SPGs are still better. But at the same time, SPGs only get a little bit more soft attack, and the supply use is killing us. Yeah, we probably go tanks. Now the only other option here, boys, is to do this. Let's save it for now, and then I'll make a little change. We can add another infantry gun, but infantry guns are also nerfed massively. Soft attack is not that bad, honestly. So let me see one thing. What if we do something like... okay, so this is the other option with infantry gun. So if we do something like this... we lose 53 soft attack. We gain organization, we lose some soft attack. And we make it cheaper. But the organization doesn't account for the fact that we will need to use pioneers. We will use the armored recon. We will use the support artillery. Then we will use the flame tank, and we will use logistics. So the organization will go down a bit more. We'll also go up a bit with the doctrines, but it will go down. So yes, I am more leaning towards this one, especially because it's going to be a bit cheaper too. We're going to lack trucks. We haven't been producing trucks. Maybe we should have produced some trucks. Either way, the goal would be to get 12 of them. Yay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. And then, of course, we will need to produce them massively. But I think producing at least one truck from the beginning of the run would be a good idea, probably. I guess we are not doing it because we don't have any rubber. So importing rubber would be a bit annoying. So how many trucks was I making then? We don't know. Okay. I think at least 5 would be needed, and infantry equi would probably go down to 10. Something like this probably. Do we luck? Yeah, rubber. Wait, only 5 rubber we luck? Well, just to get a quick idea when we get to World War II. Is there anyone closer? Oh, that's nice. Okay. So even if we recruit the max amount, we only get 10 Marines. Because then to our Marines we would be adding an SPG tank and then infantry, I guess. Necessarily infantry. Unless we get some more. But we actually don't get more. Yeah, we don't get more until the very end. So unless we go for the... Unless we go for expanded special forces instead of elite special forces. And I don't think it's worth it. I think it's better to mix them with infantry. Any use case in using the balanced tank cannon or automatic cannon over the howitzer cannon? No. No, because you want to maximize soft attack. The howitzer gives you the most soft attack. There's nothing else that can compare in terms of soft attack. So soft attack is at 39. The only thing would be the medium cannon to have a more balanced stats and a bit more speed. And it's also a bit cheaper, but you lose too much soft attack. Soft attack is already what we lack the most now. Like in here, we don't have enough soft attack compared to breakthrough. We lack soft attack. We give refuge to the... I feel like we should probably give refuge to these people. Stability is not at the max. Maybe to improve worker conditions. Okay, we need to rush. I have no time. No more stopping. Let's get to World War II quickly. And see what options we have in terms of joining. Don't pay for it? Whatever. Can I guarantee people? Because maybe guaranteeing people would be our way into the war. Our easy way into the war, actually. Guarantee independence. No, we're not a member of their faction. No, but we can guarantee Poland, maybe. We need war tension at 100% because of undisturbed isolation. So if we get rid of undisturbed isolation, we can join the war easily by guaranteeing the independence of Poland. And then we can simply join the UK and their faction. Probably we can just disband our faction. Or we can get military access. But we need to get rid of... freaking hell. So we need limited intervention then, no? What was I doing? When was I picking it? I was not picking limited intervention at all. Why? What was I picking then? Well, let's continue. Do you think that when I play a smaller country, I should ignore Navy and Air Force? Navy for sure. Air Force depends. But yes, they are lower priorities than your army. Yes, for sure. First special. Why was I picking this? I think we will need to make some adjustments here. I don't think we need this one. Okay, for now I'll stick to the original guide, but we'll make some adjustments for sure. Silver shirts, but I'm not doing silver shirts because that leads to the civil war, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, okay, so this is the other election.
Settlement in which all Europe another talk with the German Chancellor, Herr Hitler. And here is the paper.
Air support.
His name upon it as well as mine.
Yeah, but we are turning fascist with the next election in 1940. So we need to join the war as Democrats. The only way to turn a fascist peacefully is to wait until this election.
last night and the Anglo-German naval agreement, as symbolic of the desire of our two peoples never to go to war with one another again.
So let's see what I was doing on World War II.
Consultation
But the thing is, on World War II, probably the war tension was getting to 100, but it's probably going to get to 100 in any case. Let me see.
and we are determined
On World War II,
our efforts to remove possible sources of difference and thus to contribute to assure the peace of Europe.
as soon as war tension is 100%, join allies, move armies and planes, and so on and so on and so on. Okay. Yeah, so I was waiting for 100% war tension, which should still be the case when World War II triggers, but let's check it. And let's make a comparison with my old guide to see the timing. So we don't probably need the faction or anything, because even with the faction, we cannot justify war goals unless we get rid of probably undisturbed isolation. But there is no way to get rid of undisturbed isolation, because the only way to do it is by picking the focus limited intervention. But we cannot pick limited intervention, because if we do, we cannot turn fascist peacefully. So I don't see any way of getting rid of that and going fascist without a civil war.
Ready to move. Ready.
By the way, Marines, can we afford? Yeah, we can afford a bit more. We can afford 4 more.
Ready to move.
And I wonder how big is the deficit in terms of tanks and so on. That's not big at all. Wait, do you mean that we actually have the stuff to... No, we don't have the stuff we need. No, we don't. We have a big deficit. Yeah. Okay. If you pick limited intervention, I believe you can't select American first after that. Maybe you can, but you cannot. Ah, okay. No, you mean. I mean, you could pick limited intervention and then the advisor. So what if you pick America first? No part of government as trade fascist demagogue means I assume that I guess you cannot have it in general, or well, we can try. So what happens if I remove the guy here? Can I pick limit? You can pick limited intervention. Let's give it a very quick test. So what if we pick limited intervention then? Though, if I remember correctly, the timing was very close with turning fascist by 1940, November 1940. So we may not have time for another 70 days without the advisor. So if we do something like this, can we then pick the advisor? Because that's the main thing. No, he's gone, isn't he? I think he's gone. He probably has something like, has not started a limited intervention. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So of course you cannot have both. All right, so back to no limited intervention. Like in the original guide, so far nothing changed. War plan black I was getting at this point. Where is it? Okay, war plan division. War plans division. wanted to get an idea of... okay, so the 24 Marines are there, but they are terrible. We cannot add more, so we would need to do it with infantry. And then we can give them a medium tank. Support artillery. This one doesn't matter much. Let's say cavalry recon. Couple of infantry guns. Decent stats, honestly, decent stats. But in all of these, what do we lack the most? Everything. We lack a lot of trucks and we lack a lot of medium tanks. And we also lack some artillery, I would say, but there must be said that we haven't been building for the past ages. So probably if we build that would not be the case. But my point in all of this is that it doesn't seem like we are particularly in a hurry. Or we could give up on the armored templates and focus on Space Marines with infantry. But honestly, I want to have my armored templates. It's more fun. Or we could go give in and build artillery because it's superior. It's a superior firepower nation. But I don't know. Let's see when we get... hi man, welcome, though I'm about to stop for today. Let's just see at this point when we can join World War II and how. And also let's see the timing on that. Intervention in Europe. Wait. No, okay. This is a terrible thing. We are on fucking strategic destruction. God damn it. No. Okay, so the next time let's remember to change it. Strategic destruction really, really bad. So. What's up, man? Welcome. I have like 15-20 minutes before I need to leave and go to work. And I really wanted to see Wyoming. Where is Wyoming? Oh, where is Wyoming? In the middle of nowhere. Wyoming has to be in the middle of nowhere. Here you go. Just tell me if we can join World War II and when we can join World War II, and then I'm happy, and then we tested enough for the day. Yeah, also we probably shouldn't constant train everybody. That's why we don't have some of the equipment required. Though it's... maybe it's fine. Wait, okay, yes, they have the same icon. No, it's okay. In the end, it seems okay. Poland war now. Poland joins the Allies. The war tension is way too low. To join their faction, we would need 100% tension in any case, so we cannot do that. We couldn't guarantee the independence because we also need war tension at 100% for that. And that's related not to being a democracy, right? the guarantee thing is probably here.
To withdraw their troops from Poland,
Uh,
state of war would exist between us.
guarantee tension limit plus 75%. Yeah, it's probably there. Okay.
That no such undertaking has been received.
When are you planning on streaming? I need to continue this run, and I want to do at least one more session this week because we need more time here. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow. I'll see when I can.
What a bitter blow it is that all my long struggle to win peace.
Okay, then we were doing form the Pentagon,
That I cannot
build the
believe that there's
Pentagon.
anything more or anything different that I could have done and that would have been more successful. Up to the very last, it has been quite possible to have arranged an honorable peace between Germany
53% war tension. Okay, and of course we cannot justify war goals.
He had evidently made up his mind to attack Poland, whatever happened. And although he now says he put forward reasonable proposals which were rejected by the Poles, that is not a true statement. The proposals were never shown to the Poles, nor to us. And though they were announced, Thursday night, Hitler did not wait to hear comments on them, but ordered his troops to cross the Polish frontier the next morning. His action showed
Yeah, what was this thing about? I think it was this one. I think at this point, normally the war tension would be at 100%, but maybe it will be at 100% simply when... And also, by the way, we can probably get military access. We can join their faction. No, we cannot. Okay. Wasn't it that... Let's see if a diplomatic pressure spy helps there. Also, sending an attaché, we didn't consider it, but why didn't we send an attaché to, like, Japan? Is there any limitation to doing that? I don't think so. Or maybe to China? Why does everybody hate me? Because I didn't help them? I mean, Japan, yeah, okay, that kind of makes sense, but... We could send an attaché to China. Yeah, and so from now on, it was actually free what we were picking here. Irrelevant. Okay. Oh, wait, we can change this now, though. Why can we change it? Wait, why can we change it? What? When? Since when can we change this? Ah, okay, the tension. That's what it is. The tension needed to be above a certain amount. Yes. Okay, but now we can join the faction, no? Yes. So nothing changed. We can actually justify our own war goal as well, but yeah, that doesn't change that much. Yeah, now we can join the faction. Or we could have justified the war goal, I guess, and that way, if we're not in the same faction, well, we get to keep our faction, but I don't think we particularly care about it. It's maybe better to keep our faction. So, in any case, we can join the war, right? Okay, so right now we could join the war. It is April 1940, so let me see in the original guide. There we are, Confederates. In the original guide. When do we join the war? Why at 100% though? In the original guide. Partial mob, okay, I was picking it in November 1939. Asked to join faction in December 1939. Okay. I think I couldn't join the war yet, for some reason. Okay, in January 1940 I was invading them. I think it's fine. I think it's all good. Okay, let's just get to, if we can. I'm not sure we can, but let's get at this point to check that this is fine. But this is fine most likely because we're already at 49%. And the election is in November 1940, so... yeah, this is fine. Okay, no, this part is definitely fine, that's okay. We are good, probably. Let's check now. I'm reloading to see. The war tension needs to be at... ah, no, you need 50% war support. That's what you need. 50% war support. And the war support here was... how much? 60%. Without the 60% without the attaché, but well, here we already joined though. Pride of the fleet. The attaché can give us a 10% though. I'm thinking that maybe we can do that a bit earlier. We need to work a bit on that. Where do we get war support? Absolutely nowhere. That's very nice. Okay, last thing before I stop, I want to check very quickly if we can get some extra war support at any point during the run so that we can try and rush it a bit earlier. Also, I want to see if we can send an attaché a bit earlier. And then actually there is another idea I have in mind. Though no, if we need to be fascist for that, probably not. Okay. Yes. That's not a bad idea. Why is the loading taking forever? Yeah. Radio and... so we need 50% war support, and the advantage is we can justify a claim. Though we're not particularly in a hurry because, first of all, we are not fascist anyway. That's a bit annoying to fight a war as not fascist. But let's see. Let me see one or two things when we start as the USA. So for, where is radio propaganda? Radio propaganda, we need the war tension at 25%, so we need to check when it gets to 25%, but that could help. Now in the original faction, what do we have? We already have this one for Guam. Is there anything else that can give us a war support in here? I mean, if we ever won a war, the problem is winning a war. Like, if we could somehow get into a war and do this, that would be fantastic. Ship attack. Power. I don't think we can get any more war support. I don't think we can get any more support other than that one. But that one we're probably doing. So at this point, I don't know if it's better to keep the original faction or to create your own. It doesn't matter much because in any case we can pick the Guam one and then we can get our point. We start with a bit less strength in unity and whatever, but it's fine. So Guam has one naval base, we said earlier. So if we just build 2 naval bases there, yeah, just build a couple of naval bases there, and we get the faction point. But then we don't particularly need the faction point. There is also that to consider at this point. So then when the war tension goes above 50%, when we get more than 50% war support, yes, the last thing I wanted to check is how to, the attaché thing. Sending an attaché has any special requirements? No, I don't think so. So we should be able to send an attaché to either China or Japan and get extra war support. Let me add it to the improvements down here. So, send attaché sooner, in any case. Maybe even ASAP. Radio propaganda to get rid of undisturbed isolation. Okay, and I think that's it for now. So these are the ideas for some improvement. Then we need to double check the production in terms of when we get the divisions and if we get enough equipment and everything. Probably though, it would make sense to make a few more tanks at the beginning. I don't know. It depends also on the Marines. Marines, it looks like we can get a decent amount, definitely less than in the past guide. But we can get a decent amount if we combine them with infantry and make them 18 with. I'm curious if the increase in war support would be enough before Germany conquers Europe anyway. It should be possible to do something before Germany, but probably not before Germany attacks Poland though. Probably not before Germany attacks Poland, but we can check. Because in any case, to pick radio propaganda, we need 25% war tension. I don't know if war tension gets to 25% before Germany attacks Poland, but I don't think so. Yeah, okay guys, anyways, fairly decent test. We worked out a bit the initial building priority at least. And I really don't know if we need the faction point in general, or if we can get anything useful with it. So we'll need to think about that a little bit. Because building 2 naval bases in Guam is okay. It's not that big of a deal for a faction point, and 2% war support. Yeah, probably we'll do that. We'll do that. Not necessarily at the very beginning though. It can be a bit later. Yeah, I don't know if this guide will be ready next week to record. We don't need to min-max, but I have this problem. I need to min-max always. I don't know if it will be ready next week, but we have some useful intel at the moment. And then we also which we didn't have time to do today, but I'm also very curious to see the division's performance post-nerfs. Guys, the nerfs are huge. The nerfs are really, really, really big, because they also nerfed the experience modifiers. So now you only get 15% extra by being trained instead of 25%. That's huge. Huge nerfs. So we'll need to see how they perform when we attack in Europe. I feel like everything will be a lot slower and more tedious. But I need to run to work. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye-bye.